Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai. Namo Vishnu. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Uttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lilita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So today's auspicious disappearance day of Madhavendra Puri. So generally in these occasions we used to read the translation of this particular chapter, Sri Madhavendra Puri's devotional service. This time I thought of highlighting some aspects from the pastime, and then also trying to take some lessons, from these, to apply in our day-to-day life. So one very important thing that we can actually see. Okay, the first shloka, we will try to chant the first shloka, so which is generally the summary of the whole chapter. So the first shloka of Madhya Lila, chapter 4. So we will chant that. Yasmai datum chorayan shira bandam Gopinatha Kshira Chora Bido Abud Shri Gopalaha Pradurasid Vashaha San Yat Premnatam Madhavendaram Natosmi. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Madhavendra Puri, who was given a pot of sweet rice stolen by Sri Gopinath, celebrated thereafter as Kshira Chora. Being pleased by Madhavendra Puri's love, Sri Gopal, the deity at Govardhan, appeared to the public vision. So this is the summary of Madhavendra Puri's devotional service. So, if we see, there are three major sections of the pastime that is there. So one is the Madhavendra Puri visits Vrindavan, and then he is sitting there, and the interaction that he gets with Krishna over there, where Krishna brings milk, for him. So because he was very deeply absorbed in his bhajan, and he was not going for madhukari, he was not going for begging. So because of that, the Lord himself personally brought the milk for him. So that is one. And then the whole festival of the installation of Gopal Dev, and how the celebration, how everybody brought everything that they had, for the service of Lord Gopal, and how all the service of the Lord has been very well planned out and then nicely arranged by Madhavendra Puri. And after that, the third thing is his journey to the journey to get the chandan. So when he goes for getting the chandan. So these are all some of the important major areas that are there. So first thing we see that when we become too much obsessed with our own necessities, so then no, we don't get absorption in our bhajan. No, so here we see that when Madhavendra Puri was very much absorbed in his bhajan, so then the Lord was taking personal care, for him. So this is also one important thing. Like I often remember this point which His Holiness Romapat Maharaj like mentioned few years back when he came. So from that Karmi book, that is that psychiatry book, so Man's Search for Meaning. So in that the one very nice point is mentioned there. So this whole thing I've mentioned many times, but still I would give the prelude that this is all about like the Holocaust, where the Jews were subjugated, right, by the Germans. So and they were put into concentration camps and they were tortured like anything. And many people would commit suicide, not able to tolerate the torture. So now this person, the author, he is a psychiatrist, and he was also there he was also a Jew, and he was also put into the concentration camp. So his book, the whole purpose of the book or whole analysis of the book is, so there are some people who lived amidst this torture. Why did they live? What is the purpose? So they lived. So there he writes that people in this world, they go behind happiness, success and things like that. So they may or may not get it. But if they have some cause to live for, so then automatically success and happiness and all that, whatever even things which are not mentioned, everything will just follow a person. So the cause is very, very important thing. So even in devotional service, we see that what is the cause and what is the effect, we need to know. So the cause is that, we need to please Krishna. We are part and parcel of Krishna, and we have to render service, and we have to please Krishna. So that is that is a primary cause for which we are doing everything. And how do we please Krishna? So he has mentioned what pleases him, and then the parampara, whatever Krishna mentions, directly we cannot take it. So we have to see how the acharyas understood that and how they practiced it. And in this way, like in the Guru Parampara, so we have to approach Krishna and we have to render service to Krishna. So in that way, we can understand how to serve Krishna, to the best way. So our whole point is that how to serve and please Krishna. So if that is a cause, if we are so much behind the cause, automatically all the other aspects, all the other success, happiness, or whatever it may, it is there. Whatever other byproducts of devotional service, that will automatically follow. So once His Grace Gaurang Prabhu had come to Bangalore, and he was giving a session for all the temple presidents, or he was just sharing some insights into temple management and things like that. So he was also mentioning this point that if you want to raise Lakshmi and things like that, so if you go behind Lakshmi or any other thing also, any other managerial thing, resources that are required, so you may or may not get it. But if you go behind Krishna, you will get Krishna also, you will get everything also. So like that. So it was a very powerful point that the cause should be very powerfully kept on. So here it's a practical thing. Madhavendra Puri was very fully absorbed in the cause, his devotional service. What is the service that is given to him, or what is the service, his service was he was doing his chanting, and he was awaiting for the Lord's order. And when he was given the order to construct a temple and establish all the worship, he did. And when he was given the order to walk all the way, and to get the sandalwood, he did that also. He did hard labor also. He did his chanting also. So everything he did, whatever the Lord wanted, everything he did. So we see that when we are so much busy executing our devotional service and executing our primary cause, so we have, as devotees of ISKCON, in Parampara of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we have two primary things, so which is asked from us. So one is to be absorbed in the process of Krishna consciousness. Another is to distribute, this Krishna consciousness to others. So this is the direct order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? So when we do these two things, so we are very much fully absorbed in the cause. So if you are fully absorbed in the cause, so then automatically all other things will be taken care of. So most of the time, what is the thing which is actually hindering our practice of Krishna consciousness, especially our practice of chanting and things like that? So most of the time that hinders us, like if this happens, what will I do? If that happens, what will I do? No planning. So this planning or this defending ourselves, or somebody told something like, no, why did he tell like this, and things like that. So this, all these things, these are the things which are preoccupying our mind. And there is never a time like which the mind actually gives us free. So like we have to pray to the Lord that, see, like I want to execute devotional service, follow in the footsteps of great acharyas. I want to execute devotional service, and I want to be absorbed in your thought, and I want to dedicate myself fully in spreading your glories. So these two things, I just want to do these two things, and please allow me to do, and please engage me in your service. So that's the meaning of our chanting process. Please engage me in your service. So when we do these things, so then automatically, just like here Madhavendra Puri was doing his devotional service, and Krishna was coming and giving milk, and like Madhavendra Puri asked, like, no, how do you know I am there here? No, Krishna is a small cowherd boy, like he tells, no, I am a cowherd boy from this village, and like here, many sadhus come, and whoever sadhu come, like they will generally beg for whatever they want, and then they will take. And those sadhus who don't beg anything, so like the cowherd women here, so like they actually see, and they tell me, like, then I'll like this, some boys they will engage and we'll come and give the milk. So they have seen that you're not begging anything, so like they have sent me with some milk. So like that. So in this way, we see that like the Lord personally takes care of the needs and necessities of the devotee. And when this point comes, like it is not that if the if some generally like this thing happens, some devotees join full time, and then Prabhu, I thought like Lord will take care of everything, and still my financial problem in the home is not settled. So Lord will take care in his own way. How he will take care, we don't know. He'll take care of in his own way. I have seen many devotees who had so much of financial crisis and things like that, and still like they continued on with it is not in a fanatic way. They had a lot of soft corner and affection, but still like they would always pray to the Lord. They would always pray to the Lord for the family members, and they used to continue their devotional service. And wonderfully, like after a long period of trial, so things settle. It is not necessarily that immediately, like Madhavendra Puri fasted, and I don't know like how many days he fasted. After that Krishna came. So like in our, when we take this as the expectation, so when there is an expectation is there, so then it is not pure devotional service. Then Krishna is not very much attracted to it. So like a devotee, he, as much as possible, we don't take so much risk as Madhavendra Puri. At least we take little risk without expectation. Jitna risk le sakte without expectation, that is very nourishing actually. So when we depend on the Lord and saying that, no, I'm just going to do your devotional service, and I'm leaving it to you, like how you are going to take care of me. So in that way, like that is a very nourishing experience actually. So that particular thing we can actually see in the pastime of Madhavendra Puri. And like when the this one when the Lord gives milk, and then that time he didn't know that he is the Supreme Lord, and he takes it, and then after some time he realizes that this is not an ordinary so it's not an ordinary person, so it must be the Supreme Lord. He gets a dream, and then like he tells that, I'm the one who came, and then I'm there hidden in the bushes, so please come and excavate me and take me out and build a temple for me. So that time, the first thing that Madhavendra Puri feels is that he feels bad that he has taken service from the Supreme Lord. So this is a very important aspect. Like we can see that a devotee, like yesterday we were just reading that book, no, Dashamula Tattva. So like, no, it is very nice aspect. Like the book is all about the whole of Vedanta Sutra and whole of Vedic literatures, no, put together. So what is the essence of, no, the whole of the Vedic literatures? So it is given in 10 points. Like, Bhaktivinoda Thakur very nicely, he puts it through 10 points. So first point is that, no, Vedas is the ultimate authority. And second, third, and fourth point is about Krishna is the, no, absolute truth, and Krishna is omnipotent, and no, Krishna Krishna is the reservoir of all the rasas. No, this is the 3 points, and then the next 3 points is the jiva is, because it is marginal, it can come under the influence of Maya. And because it is marginal, it can exist in the spiritual world also. Its existential capacity. So this is the 5th and 6th point. And 7th point is about, again, about the jiva. Like, no, not able to remember the 7th point. And 8th point is about the achintya beda beda. So all the energies of the Lord and is, no, simultaneously one and different from the Lord. And then the 9th point is about this first point is the pramana, no, that is Vedas is the ultimate authority, and 3 points about Krishna and 3 points about the jiva, and then 1 point about the achintya beda beda. So these 7 points consist the sambandha gyan, and then the next point that comes is the abhidaya. Abhidaya is the process of devotional service, no, that is a process, no, that is the abhidaya, that is a kartavya of the living entity, no, and then what is the goal is the 10th point, so that is Krishna Prem. So this 10 points, like, no, very nicely Bhaktivinoda Thakur actually puts. So in this is the basis of understanding of a devotee. No, when he goes to the Lord, it is not that, okay, like, no, I am there close to the Lord and Lord does some service to me. No, ye bhi chalega. No, it is not chalega. No, he feels bad. Like, no, my whole foundational understanding is that I am part and parcel of Krishna and I am meant to render service to Krishna. No, so it's very, very clear, no, for the devotee. No, and when this reverses, no, he feels bad. So then, like, here we see that, like, Madhavendra Puri, like, he got the opportunity like to meet Krishna, so he could have been very jubilant and he got the opportunity to personally, no, he was personally given the, no, milk pot from Krishna. Like, no, we could have made a big advertisement, you know, like, no, Bhagwan aaya khud. Dekho main kitna bada aadmi hu. So it would, no, we could be like that. No, sometimes devotees also feel that, no, when they are able to chant very nicely, Prabhu, आज तो like बहुत मस्त chanting हुआ, like, no, तो हर एक नाम सुन पाया मैंने. So it will be like it is not a right mood actually. So no, the right mood is that, so somehow or other, no, Lord has been merciful to me. No, he appeared, and then, no, I'm very grateful. No, I'm not qualified, but still he appeared. So, like, I'm very, very grateful to him. So, like, that is the proper mood of approaching, no, the devotional service. So here we see that, no, Madhavendra Puri is very nicely, like, no, he approaches the Lord and in a nice mood and sentiment. So this mood and sentiment, what is there, so that is what actually attracts the Lord. No, so it is like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells to Sanatan Goswami that this Vaishnava etiquette, no, what is there? No, etiquette means, like, basically how do we deal with different situations, no, which is put forward, no, with us. So, like, no, Madhavendra Puri is feeling, no, like this kind of emotion that he is having towards the Lord. So that is what is actually attracting the Lord. No, so this is what is the very attractive feature. So those who want, like, here the irony you see, in this material world everybody is telling, oh Bhagwan, ye de do, oh de do, like paisa de do, ye de do, you know, अभी like, you know, some devotees say, like, इतना pray कर रहा हूँ, इतना माला कर रहा हूँ, तब भी मेरा health ठीक नहीं हो रहा है. You know, so ऐसा चीज है, and भगवान उसको कुछ नहीं दे रहे. And here is a person who doesn't want anything, and he's just simply doing his bhajan. And like, no, Bhagwan khud aake kuch de rahe, and he's feeling bad. Like, why did Lord do some service to me? No, I should be doing service to the Lord. So, and this seems to be irony. Those who want, Lord is not giving, and those who don't want, Lord is going behind them and giving. So, but this is how, no, the Lord is attracted. No, so Lord is giving to everybody, but he is specifically attracted because, no, of this mood, because of this nice attitude that this devotee is having. So here we see that Madhavendra Puri was given that, and then after that, so special privilege. What is a special privilege? Being engaged in the service of the Lord. So that is a special privilege. So Lord gives personal service to excavate and to build temple and for himself. And we are also having the special privilege. We also have, in the Guru Parampara, Srila Prabhupada has asked, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself has asked, like, Jare Dekho Taraka Krishna Pradesh, and so many instructions that are there, so which are given, Bharata Brahmate, Manusya Janma Hailajar. So this is like, before even we are born, we got the privilege that, you have to do this service. So wonderful, like, we are so fortunate. Before we don't even know, हम होश में आने के पहले ही हमको privilege मिल गया. We were given that service, right? So it is very amazing that we got so many instructions to fulfill, so many instructions to work for. So this is the privilege. Lord has considered us very, what is that? We have been given a very special status, being engaged in the service of the Lord, right? So now here also we see that Madhavendra Puri gets this service and then he performs this service. And can you take the fifth canto? No, not fifth canto Bhagavatam. So in that, one very important thing is there. Like when I just asked this question to my mentor, so at one point, so he was telling that we were discussing about Prabhupada's pastime and things like that, and then I asked this, I was just mentioning, what if we would have born 50 years before? We would have been very close to Prabhupada. So then he became a little grave and silent for some time, and then he mentioned that, he mentioned that, so it is, we should not think like that. So we should see that when we are accessing the Lord in Parampara, it is non-different from accessing Him directly. So, descriptions of Jambudvi, prayers of food, okay. 549. So it's a very important principle to understand. In Parampara, when we access the Lord, it is non-different. So it is not something far off or something like that. So So in the fifth canto, we see that Prahlad Maharaj offers his prayers as part of the residence of Jambudvip, offering prayers to the Lord. So he mentions one very powerful shloka, Yet Sangalabdam Nijavirya Vaibhavam Tirtam Muhu Samspashatam Himanasam Haratya Jonta Shutibir Gatongajam Kovaina Seveta Mukunda Vikramam. By associating with persons for whom the Supreme Personality of Godhead Mukunda is all in all, one can hear of his powerful activities and soon come to understand him. The activities of Mukunda are so potent that simply by hearing of them, one immediately associates with the Lord. For a person who constantly and very eagerly hears narrations of the Lord's powerful activities, the absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, in the form of sound vibration, enters his heart and cleanses it of all contamination. On the other hand, although bathing in the Ganges diminishes bodily contaminations and infections, this process and the process of visiting holy places can cleanse the heart only after a long time. Therefore, who is the sane man who will not associate with devotees to quickly perfect his life? So it is here we can see that it is a direct association when we hear about the activities of the Lord, when we hear about the Lord in the association of devotees. So it is considered to be direct association of the Lord. So we should not feel that Madhavendra Puri was directly given instruction by Gopalji and we don't get no such instruction. So that is foolishness. No, like at least he got in dream, so we got in book, we got in direct. No, like we are getting direct instruction from the spiritual master. So that is even more powerful, right? Even more direct. So we should be considered more fortunate. So like no, so it is not that more fortunate or less fortunate. The Lord is capable of giving instructions through many different ways, and if we are getting instruction in Guru Parampara, so then we should consider it very, very fortunate. So we should not think that it is indirect. If we think it indirect, then we are not able to get the actual point of devotional service. So we are not able to get the tattva very clear. So the thing is, we can directly personally access the Lord through the Guru Parampara, right? So it is not that we are separated from the Lord through so much of disciplic succession. No. So we are brought closer to the Lord by the devotion, by the Guru Parampara. So that is this one. So that is why a devotee always he is very happy to be engaged in the service of the Lord in Guru Parampara. He is not thinking that okay, like now I will take the assistance of the spiritual master and I will engage, and then jab chance milega to like I'll go what is that bypassing. No, it's not like that. So like never a devotee thinks of bypassing, but still he gets an opportunity by the mercy of Guru and Krishna. He gets an opportunity to serve the Lord personally. So but that is not this one, that is not the what is that this devotee always tries to serve the Lord directly through the Guru Parampara. So he doesn't think that it is indirect service. He always thinks that this is direct. I'm directly serving the Supreme Lord. So that is one very important aspect, so that we can actually get from this particular pastime, that Lord gives personal instruction to Madhavendra Puri to excavate the deity which was hidden in the bushes, and then get the this one. And a devotee, he sees that when this particular thing comes, so immediately he goes to the village, and then he calls for all the people over there, and so they come with their spade and like the cutters and things like that, and they clear the bushes. They take out the Lord, and then they put the Lord on top of Govardhan hill. So when they put the Lord on top of the Govardhan hill, so then Madhavendra Puri starts directing them like how to do things. Like there is a platform that is put, and there is a support stone that is put behind, and then naturally this is a glory of a devotee village like Govardhan, so immediately there is no need of calling for managing and things like that. So management is needed in material world, so here no need of management, because everybody are tuned. So everybody started doing their own activities. So they started people started bringing in so much of ingredients, so much of prasadam being cooked, and all the things are getting organized so amazingly, with little bit of effort. So not much of effort is there. So because everybody wants to render service. So when our senses are tuned for doing sense gratification, so then to do service we need to plan, manage and organize. So but for doing sense gratification no need of planning. It just happens. So in the same way for devotional service for pure devotees, it is natural. There is no need of much planning. Organization is very less. So immediately it just service happens. And then they never planned for 1 month festival and things like that. It just happens. So people saw that one village they brought so much of ingredients for serving the Lord. So immediately the next village they thought we should also do something. So they again bring so many ingredients to serve the Lord and things like that. So this is a nice thing. So if we want to have less managerial headache, so then if more of the devotees are devotees are advanced in devotional service, so then we will have less amount of management. But if we have if we don't work on advancement in devotional service, so then we have to manage a lot to accomplish this very same things, right? So, and after that, like we see that Madhavendra Puri organizes for the wonderful seva of the Lord. He keeps he schedules, and he keeps all the uh, pujaris and things like that. So this is also an important thing, that deity worship or taking care of the Lord means everything is on time. So like otherwise, Madhavendra Puri was he was just doing his bhajan, like there is no consideration of day and night and things like that. But when the deity comes, then immediately, like time to time aarti, and time to time there is boga and stuff like that. So it is very essential that the deity worship means very punctual and clean. So these are the two important aspects which Prabhupada actually gives. So for worship of the deity, like we need to be like on time, we have to render service to them, and then like we have to keep things clean. So these are some of the aspects that we saw from the beginning, the first portion of this pastime. So I just pause here. Any comments or questions? Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. That was a very nice angle in which you described the entire pastime. The first point that you mentioned was when we are obsessed with our necessities, we cannot get absorbed in devotional service. So that is something which is very wonderful, and I've also felt this personally. So when we are too much into our own necessities, it's very difficult to think about the Lord or do devotional service or think about preaching also for that matter. But once we start doing the devotional service or practicing devotional service, the other things are taken care automatically. So this is one of my favorite things from Madhavendra Puri's pastime. He was least bothered about his own necessities, ajagar vritti. So in one of the class, we had you had mentioned also that when a devotee does his job, Lord does his. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. The pastime of Madhavendra Prabhu was very amazing because uh, he like uh, showed how to render service to the Lord, and in whatever condition situation we are. Even though when Madhavendra Prabhu, I was meditating, like when he saw about the sweet rice which they offer, but before it is offered, it was bhoga. So he condemned himself, like, no, I should not think. Then immediately he left from the place. But Lord reciprocate, but because the devotee has that pure consciousness, not for his own sense gratification, he is thinking. So in that way, like, Lord also reciprocates, and even Madhavendra Puri also showed how we should behave, how we should correct ourselves, and how to render devotional service in different situations. So, and one of the favorite pastimes of Madhavendra Puri is this one about the sweet pastime, sweet rice pastime. And there are so many.
I was checking the map, like it was like 200 kilometers away. So from Puri, in Puri, when we were there, like I was checking.
Yeah, yeah. So many things to learn from this pastime of Madhavendra Puri. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Ji. Thank you so much for your talk. A few points that I've noted down. We started with the point about the cause for devotional service. The only cause is to please Krishna, and this can be done by approaching the Lord through the Guru Parampara. So by pleasing the Acharyas, following their instructions, automatically the Lord gets pleased. And we must always be absorbed in this cause, and the Lord will, once we're fixed on this cause, then automatically the Lord takes care of all our necessities. As you mentioned, if we go behind material things, eventually there's always dissatisfaction. But if we run behind the Lord, then automatically everything follows us. We do not have to go behind money or any resources. So this is a very nice point, and this point about the mood of the devotee, where a devotee feels bad when the Lord supplies him, whereas a materialist is not like that. He's very excited about it, and he wants more. So, so that's a very nice mood of how the devotee must be. Um, and the last point that you mentioned, where when our senses are tuned for sense gratification, then devotional service takes a lot of planning. But then when our senses are tuned for devotional service, then everything automatically takes place, manifests by itself, and there's we everything happens on time. So, thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So this point which you mentioned that cause should be there, that is to only please Krishna. So when there is cause, whatever devotional service you are doing, the results will come automatically. So did not go around or run behind the results. The cause is to please Krishna, then everything comes. As many practical examples I saw in our center also. So we need some Lakshmi for building the temple, but we went to please Krishna, giving them Krishna knowledge, everything, and automatically people are ready to give their Lakshmi and all the other things. And one more thing in management means we should be more advanced in devotional service. Then automatically things will be taken care. Or else, if you want to do thinking of more management, this thing, then our devotional service is little less. If we take more tension, all this stuff, if you do proper devotional service and being advanced, then management also will be proper.
Management
Is less.
less advancement, more management.
So these are the 2 points which I like. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, this point you mentioned that Lord, Lord will take care of everything. So you gave that purport that doesn't mean that how we expect, and the Lord will take care in His own way. We can't be like thinking that He will take care of our financial causes or something. He will take care in His own way. So that was very good point.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, this point I like. We should please Krishna without any expectations. So whatever risk we can take, that much only depend upon our level, and how much ever we can take, that much we can take, and without expectations. If we serve, that will give more pleasure to Krishna, and that will please him very much. That point I like. And you told that our movement is based on two things, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, like absorption in Krishna consciousness and preaching whatever we have, nothing. So once one devotee was asking to His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj also, Maharaj defined Krishna consciousness is one word, in one word he was asking. So then Maharaj told absorption, like that. So sometimes we feel also absorption means we should be, while chanting also, we should be completely aloof from the thoughts, and we should, like just like tortoise pulls all his legs and head inside the thing shell, like that we should withdraw ourselves from all thoughts, all these externals, and completely. Then only we can absorb properly. Otherwise, they will pull us to their level, their world or something. So this question is there, Prabhuji, like while chanting, and not only in chanting, while serving in service also. Sometimes we could observe properly based on, or if you are in mode of goodness or something like that. Sometimes it doesn't happen at all. So how to be more frequently absorbing in Krishna consciousness and in service or chanting or any of the limbs of bhakti, how to become more and more absorbed, and how does it happen, and how to put into practical things like that. If you can answer this, it will be helpful, Prabhuji.
So, like devotees do various things. So, as we have defined the process of devotional service, we are following bhakti. So, when in the other processes they have their ways, like in the Ashtanga Yoga process, they have by controlling the breath, you can control your mind and senses. So, to some extent. And then in the Jnana Yoga process, they have different, and in the Karma Yoga process, they have different mechanisms. So sometimes devotees also practice, pranayam and things like that to control. But we should always remember the Bhakti Yoga process means it works based on taking shelter of the Lord. So we appeal to the Lord and we offer a prayer, and then the Lord answers the prayer. So that's the way, that's the primary process, that we adopt for getting anything done. And what we want to get done, so is what the Lord wants. And how we want to get it done, so by offering prayer to the Lord, and then expecting the Lord to help us in the process of achieving that. So in every process, this one nice pastime to meditate on this for this particular concept is the Samudra Manthan Leela. So where the Lord gives the task of bringing the mountain, putting it on the ocean, and then churning. And they try to bring, they're not able to bring. The Lord helps. And they're trying to put in the ocean, it is not standing. Lord helps. And then after base is fixed, still it is shaking here and there. Again, Lord helps. And then churning, nothing is coming. Again, Lord helps. So in this whole thing, we can understand. We have been given a task. It doesn't mean that we have to do everything. We have to do everything, but the whole process, whole exercise is at every step we have to take shelter of the Lord, and the Lord helps. So that's the process of Bhakti Yoga. So that's the thing that we want to achieve. So if we want to withdraw the senses, that's a very nice, this one, desire, to be focused on the names of the Lord while meditation. So, and we need to take shelter of the Lord, and the Lord does. Lord helps, in this one. So that is the thing. So when we keep doing this often, so then in the practice, always the graph is like this, so much fluctuation, and then the fluctuation gap reduces, and then it goes like this. So this is the organic and general growth, that actually happens. So we should not be dejected, when the down trend comes. So, but we should be focused on, and over a period of time, we will see that graph is, getting better and better and better. So like that. So we should try to do that. Okay. Hare Krishna. Okay. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Madhavendra Puri Pad ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.